up, Raider Nation? What's up? What's up on your Friday night into early Saturday morning if you're on the East Coast? What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Week 3 of Preseason official post-game reaction. I am the Commish. Actually, it's the culmination of the end of preseason, the beginning of the official regular season, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But this is your post-game reaction. I watched it, you watched it. You know what? For a Friday night where I didn't have a hell of a lot else planned, that was a fun little fucking game to watch, I ain't gonna lie. I started out a little slow. Peterman put my little guy to sleep in the first quarter, but at the beginning there. But after that, it was a fun little game, man. Some guys that are on the fringe of the making the roster for the Raiders really came out and put out some fucking nice audition tapes tonight. Were you talking about fucking Tyreek McAllister before this game started? I wasn't. Were you talking about Keaton before this game started at wide receiver? I wasn't. These guys weren't on my radar. These guys are all of a sudden, goddamn, Tyreek McAllister came out, had the two most fucking exciting plays of the whole game. An amazing catch that he turns into a touchdown, 81-yard return. That might get you a job as at least a special teams guy, and maybe a bottom of the depth chart wide receiver guy. I mean, that's how you make a roster. I enjoyed that game. It was a fun game. Not a W. Obviously, if they would have played for overtime, or maybe they would have played for a win or something if the game actually mattered. But it's preseason. Nobody wants to go into fucking overtime. They like you heard the guys talking on the game a couple of years ago. They got rid of that. There's no fucking point. Could you imagine getting a guy fucking blow out a fucking knee in overtime of the third preseason game? You end some poor fucker's career. I mean that's it's not worth it. It's a completely meaningless game. But very interesting game statistically. Nathan Peterman looked good in the first half. 12 for 19, 108 yards and a touchdown. Carter Bradley looked not quite as good, but he didn't look bad. 9 for 21, 169 yards, a touchdown. Bad interception. That was an ugly fucking fade pass in the end zone. But, one of these guys is going to be the three. I think Peterman solidified himself. He's got a relationship with the offensive coordinator. He's got a relationship with the franchise. I think he's your three. But I think Carter Bradley looked good, and maybe he earns a practice squad spot somewhere else in the league. Sincere McCormick got a nice audition again. 5 carries, 26 yards, 5.2 yards a carry. He looked pretty good. Dylan Laube got a solid... He got a solid audition. They threw him the ball. They were giving him the ball on the run. He had a nice play on that pass, and then he coughed the ball up. So, unfortunate for him. Britton Brown had a nice run. And that's really all you saw. You saw the guys who we've been talking about are probably, because they're probably going to keep 4 running backs. There's 2 of them that are going to fall off. It's Sincere McCormick, Dylan Laube, and Britton Brown are definitely the bottom 3. You can tell who the top 3 are because you didn't see those guys at all tonight. Zamir White, Madison, and Amir Abdullah are all, obviously, they're the locks. They're your top 3. These guys are battling to see who's going to be the guy. And they're definitely giving Sincere McCormick a solid audition. 5 for 26, 5.2 yards a carry. He looked good. Now, in the passing game, man, Keaton, 4 receptions, 76 yards, 19 reception. Tyreek McAllister, 2 catches, 56 yards, 28 a catch, and a touchdown, plus the amazing return. I mean, that dude came out and definitely put an audition tape and hey, stick my fucking file on top, baby. To not be cut and possibly make this final roster. Christian Wilkerson, again, continues to look like he's probably going to make this final wide receiver depth chart. 3 receptions, again, 35 yards, and a touchdown. those guys were the ones that really shone out in your receiving game. The defense, there were some guys, you got to the quarterback 4 times, Byron Young, Matthew Butler, Charles Snowden, and who got the other one? There was 4. I'm missing one of them here. Got to the quarterback, Chris Smith with the interception off of a really nice play by Sam Webb. Amari Gaynor, 9 tackles, solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles. He looks really good. There's a lot of guys that looked really good tonight on the defensive side of the ball. There's going to definitely be some hard decisions that need to be made, man. This cut is brutal. I mean, I always thought the cuts were brutal before when you had to cut guys after the first preseason game because fucking half these guys don't even get any action and you're cutting a guy before you ever see him on the field. So I like this better, but man, it's a fucking bloodbath over the next few days for guys trying to make NFL rosters. It really is. You gotta fucking hack a lot of fucking guys off your roster to get down to the final. So it's going to be interesting to see who makes it. It was a fun game tonight. I thought it was inspired play. I thought the guys on the field that were wearing the silver and black were playing with pride and were putting their best wares out there to try to make this team. The coverage teams were a little off. I mean, there were spots of the game that weren't stellar, but I thought as a whole the energy was good and the team played well, and it's a nice segue into your 2024 Las Vegas Raiders season. I think you're going into you're going in on a little bit of an upswing. That's kind of a feel-good finish to everything. And now let's get ready to take down the Los Angeles Sparklers, because that's really all that matters is week motherfucking 1. Until next time, I'm out. I will see you Tuesday for the Raider Nation Report. I'm out.